Hello and welcome to a special videos of Trains At, where today we are at Clapham Junction on the South Western mainline, Brighton mainline and many other lines, where today you'll be seeing services from South Western Railway, Southern, London Overground and Gatwick Express. I do not know about freight at the moment, but here we have a South Western Railways Class 701 coming in from somewhere going to London Waterloo. This is 701043. And now departing is 701036 off to London Waterloo, and here we have a set of 450s going to Basingstoke, and here we have 378219, 450-105 leading, 450-039 in the rear, and in the middle will be 450-053. And there goes the Southern service off to London Victoria. (377-429) leading, with 377-113 on the rear. First time in London properly, and train spot, and I'm already loving it. Down there you can see 3 sets of 701s, either a 415 and 444. There's another 701 central shot, and there's more 450s and 701s over there, and this is now getting ready to depart off to London Waterloo. And down there you can see a Southern 377 pairing that would have come from London Victoria. And now departing are the trio of 450s off to Basingstoke. And swing it around, we have a 701 now coming in, I believe going into the yard, 701053, which is currently racing at 377-445. Oh no, it's coming into the platform. I see another 701 down in the distance there. With another 701 also in the distance. Nice spark there. On the rear of that is 377-409. Here comes another 701. This will be 701025. With another 701 now coming in, 701044. Where are you off to? 701025. Chesterton South. Beautiful. And then we turn around, we find another Southern at 377. 377-212. I actually saw this in London Victoria as I was getting my train up here. There's a 450 or a 444 behind me in the platform. Here we have 701-051 off to Reading, I think. Yes. I'm hoping during my stay down here in London today I can at least spot one pair of class 458s, but I've not got my hopes up fully. The 701 behind this one is just now departing. As well as 7377s, 377, 474. And there's 701051. Lovely. I might as well have not bothered pausing, because now racing their way up, apart from the Gatwick Express 387s back there, is a pair of South Western Railway 159s. And 7377s now departing off to London Victoria. So 159 004's leading this in, as 444012 now departs. Taking what I've seen with the 444 services a lot, I want to say this one would have came out of Weymouth. Maybe. Or Portsmouth Harbour, one of the two. I could be wrong though. And there's a plane overhead, and here we have Gatwick Express's 387-220 off to Brighton with former Great Western Railway 387-174, even though it's branded for Southern. I don't know if I called that 387 over there a 377. If I did, then I was wrong. It's a 387, not a 377. And now here we have a pair of class 450s now coming in. 450 100 leading. This is forming a service to Woking, as a 701 has just pulled into the platform behind me. 450, I want to say 117's on the rear, looking at the carriage number. Indeed it is, 450 117. Lovely. There goes 159015, which was on the rear of the previous set that came in before the 444 left. And right there looks to be another set of 450s, but I could be wrong. Here we have 701011 now departing off to London Waterloo. Might I add, as soon as I got here, I had no chance of looking on real-time trains. And I can't look on real-time trains because I use my phone to record. Beautiful. And there's another 701 down in the distance there, and another 701 down in the distance there. 3 701s in one go. And a 450 or a 444 is also down there. Those two directly in camera shot are now racing, but the 450 or 444 or whatever it is now beating it. Sorry for the dodgy camera work there, I just need to stretch my arm. Here we have 701046 off to Weybridge. Ah, this one's branded for Great British Railways. As it looks to be a set of 444s over behind this one. Oh, and set of 444s now go through. So here we have 444023 out the rear of 444030. That one's off to Farnham, and 701012 is now coming in. 444039. Oh, and now departing is the London Overground service. Dalston Junction. (378) to 140. And as much as I like them in the old livery, I think the new livery is better. And here we have a a singular ex Great Northern class 387. This is 387128 with a Gatwick Express 387 on the rear, going to London Victoria. (387-208). And I think it might have been 208, but I could have been wrong. That also temporarily went to Great Northern. If that is the case, them two are a perfect duo. Now I can take a breather for a moment. As this now departs off Farnham, 701-006 in the new GBR livery, going to London Waterloo. And now a set of 450s are now departing as well. 450-117 leading. I swore I said 117 earlier for another unit. I must have been wrong. It might have been 127, I don't know. Or no, 017, that's it. It should have been 017, not 117. With 450, 048 on the rear. And a singular Gatwick Express 387 is now flying through behind this set. And we turn around and find 378 219 off to Stratford. And I must admit, now departing is 701-006 in the brand new GBR livery, going to London Waterloo. And I must admit, I've seen a lot of people have mixed opinions about this livery. I quite like it. 450-080 is departing behind me, but I think we know who the star of the show is for the moment. There's 450-080 with a 701 in the distance now coming in. This has 450-056 on the rear. That was a lucky catch though. I was not expecting to see that today. I shall keep it rolling for the 701. Sorry for the dodgy camera work, my arm is aching. 701-032. If you're wondering why my arm is aching and I don't have a tripod, it's because I don't have a tripod or anything to mount my camera. Turning around, we see a pair of 377s, 377-107 on the rear of that. Don't know where that's going to because I cannot read it. But here we have 378-152 coming in from somewhere mystical and magical. And there's a Southwestern unit in the far distance. And there's a 701 coming in behind me as well. Well, not behind me now, it's in front of me, it's right there with 701 038 off to London Waterloo. Here we go. 450 052 with 450 103. No, it's 062 leading, sorry. 450 010 on the rear. No idea where she's off to because it says London Waterloo on the displays. And there's a 159 there. Lovely. Oh, 387. Catching me off guard there. Is 387. I do not know. And 387 219. When it comes to units like that, I always look in the I always use my zoom to try and get the middle number because I can't always see it. And there is a new liveried London Overground class 378, which that's the livery I like on them. Don't get me wrong, the old livery, not bad. New livery, better though, in my opinion. There's a southern service now departing off to London Victoria. That 387 service, yeah, 387 service was off to London Victoria. There's a pair of 159s now departing behind me, so we'll focus on that with 159005 leading. This is the second time I've seen the 159 in person. Last time was when I had a week off and I went to Somerset. Well, you lot know that video because it was my Exeter one with 159002 on the rear. And I must admit, seeing these next to 158, amazing, because these are slightly longer than the 158 as well. Here we have 701056 coming in. I have no idea where it's going because the destination display says London Waterloo, just like how this one says London Waterloo. Even though this is clearly going in a different direction and I cannot hear the announcements from here. There's another 701 in the distance as well as some Southern 377s. I'm going to take a moment just to give my arm a little bit of rest and then I will be right back. Okay, here we have 377, 464, 454 now coming in with another 377 going to... Where are you going to? You do not say, okay. Things you do as a train spotter. Trying to entertain your people, and sometimes the train just fails you. .701 behind me is now departing as we have 701058 coming in. I do apologise for some dodgy camera work within this, not just because of my arm, but if I'm like zooming in, zooming out a lot, it's because I'm trying to get photographs while filming at the same time. That's the one good thing about my phone, is that I can take photos and videos at the same time. I'm not even going to bother pausing because that's now going to depart, and 701058 is going to Guildford with 701041 going to London Waterloo. And there's a 377 peeking out behind there. 474, I think. Yeah, 474 was the other unit. Hello 701, sneaking up on me. 701002. Off to Windsor and Eton. Oh my god. Apologies there. It's hay fever season. Hello, 444s. You're not sneaking on me today. 444. 014 off to Weymouth. With 444017. And now departing is a pair of Southern 377s off to London Victoria. No, not even a pair, a singular 377 off to London Victoria. 377 449 with another 444 here. I believe this one has come from Weymouth. 444020 on the rear with 444035 at the front. And there's another 3777 450 with 377 448. Once again, I do not know where they're going because I cannot read the side destination displays from here. There's a 701 in the distance. The 701 next to me is now departing. And I should turn around because he's now racing a 377. Sorry for the dodgy camera work there, just seeing what's behind me. So this one will be 701055. I have no idea what that southern unit is going to be. Yes, hello 458 402. How are you, good sir? My wish has been fulfilled. I've seen a 458 today. Beautiful unit. And there's a 450 115. Yes, hello to you too. Now departing is 458 402 off the London Waterloo. As a Southern 377 now departs, but I think we know who's going to be taking the show right now. With 458 403 on the rear. I was hoping to see 458s today, and I've seen 458s. That southern unit down there is now coming up here, and then that one's off to London Victoria, and then now departing right next to me is a London Overground 378 to Dalston Junction. As 450 115 also departs, with 450 005 on the rear, that's 378 152. We'll turn around to watch the 450 lead. Lovely, there's the Southern 377, that'll be a 377-7 or a 377-6 because it's a 5-car unit. 377 611. Stuff. I can now have a 1 minute break. Okay, as a 701 now comes in and looks to be a 450 or a 444, a Southern 377 is now departing off to London Victoria, as we have a 450 or a 444 now coming in. Don't know why I sounded very excited then. That'll be a 377-2. Indeed it is. 450-063 now rocketing in off to Basingstoke with 450-057. And that's set 450s there as well. And there's the 701. 701 001. Lovely. And here we have 378148. I believe this one would have come from Dalston Junction, though it could be wrong. I'll be terminating here at Clapham Junction. That was some very poor camera work there. I do very heavily apologise. Uh, 701 now, 701 001 now departs off to London Waterloo. I shall be taking a ride on one of these very shortly to London Waterloo, where I'll film my next trains at. Beautiful. Okay, now I've had a bit of break from Clapham Junction because I just went and filmed at London Waterloo. Here we have 444060 coming out of the yard and 701017 off to London Waterloo. With 450 on the rear. Half the time I keep forgetting you can... that's the 450, not 444. I read wrong. I was going to say I forgot you, not half the time. Sometimes you get a 450 coupled to a 444. I said that was a 444. I forgot to look at the doors. The doors show whether it's a 450 or a 444, and the carriages are longer on the 444. Behind this, the 701 is departing, as you can just about see through the window, and my camera work has already gone terrible. Going to be spending a little while longer here, then I'll be off to London Victoria, where my last Trains Out video will be filmed at. And there's a 450 or a 444 down there. Lovely stuff. Okay, over there we have a pair of 450s. Whereas we have a 701 coming in here. 450, 113 leading this. We have 450, 120 on the rear. 701031. This is off to Reading. A Southern 377 has now departed, off to London Victoria. There's 450077. With 450002 in the middle. And 450098 on the rear. And behind that will be a 159. (159,006) with 158,885. As a pair of Southern 377s now go, as well as the 701. There's like 701020. There's 377450. I must admit, coming to the station, it does feel weird knowing that I'm standing on a station that I drive trains through on SWML 6. So it's slightly weird with the feeling, but it's also cool at the same time, because you don't have Southwestern in the game, but you have Southern and Gatwick Express. And on one of the other routes you get those 378s as well, 378255. Anything down in distance? Yes, the 701. 450s are now going through the wash. 031's now departing, off to Reading. Cool, so someone must be rich to hire out a 701 for a wedding. Bloody hell. Thanks to the heat getting to me. What fathom in London? And there's a plane. There goes a pair of Southern 377s. The 158 and 159 combos now leaving. Leading the way is 377439. The 377445. And there is 701 011. I had a 701 down to London Waterloo. They were absolutely lovely, I will admit. I then had a pair of 450s coming back from London Waterloo. They're not too bad either. So I think I prefer home turf with the 755s. Which, if you're wondering why we haven't been train spotting at Brandon or Thetford or Norwich or Cambridge as of recent, it's because the barriers at Brandon Station are currently faulting. Therefore it causes delays with trains, which then leads to cancellations, and it's not ending well otherwise. This is a trio of 450s now coming in. Making sure there's nothing behind me. No, there isn't. 450 088 brings this one in firstly. This one's off to the South Western Railway apparently. .450.096 in the middle. And 450.020 brings up the rear. I mean, it's got passengers on it, but I don't know where it's going. I want to say either Portsmouth Harbour, Alton, Poole, or Basingstoke, or somewhere along that south coast area. Behind me we have another 701. Yes. Southern service to Watford Junction apparently from platform 16, which is over there somewhere down below there. Okay. Here we have a 701. This one I believe is going to Windsor and Eton, and the Southern service is now leaving. .377.107 leading that. Here is 701.054. As a X Great Northern 387 has just pulled into the platform. I was wrong about this one. This one's going to Weybridge, not Windsor and Eton. Okay, behind this one we have another 701. There goes the Gatwick Express set. .701.055 and 054 is right next to me. There's a Southern 377 down in distance there coming in. Ever so slowly though. I think that stopped at red. Yes, it has. Gives me a moment to have a break then. There's the little Watford Junction 377 dash, I think it's the dash 7 taking us quite a pantograph. I can never get you the numbers of them, but now leaving is 701.054 with another 701 down here in the distance. Turn around here, we have a Southern 377 and down in the distance looks like 450 or 444. 377.459. Don't know if you can see it. Yes, you can. Very far in the distance, we'll have some Gatwick Express 387s. Turn around here, we find 701.050 coming in, going to London Waterloo. Squeaky brake time. Right. Hello. Hello 450-035 and 387s as well. With 450-071 in the middle and 450-076 brings up the rear. Kind of like I knew that something was going to show up. That is why I was looking behind me and pointing this way before turning back around, and now departing is 378-255 off to Willesden Junction. And then that's a shot and a half there with 3 sets of 450s and a 701. And there's, you can see Southern 377s above that Gatwick Express pair and the 387s that are down there as well. This is not a 450, this is a 444, what rarity. 450-097 now departs off to London Waterloo. Ah, 701-006. 444-024, 444-024 now comes in. Heading into the depot at Clapham Yard. It would help if I could actually talk today, wouldn't it? You just barely see the new livery 701 in the thingy there. Ready 444. Really? Really? Why? Anyways, I'll just walk down here then. Or are you now moving? Oh, for crying out loud, 444, make your mind up. I love it. That's right, by the time it's taken this to get into the Clapham Yard, there's the end of the 701. 444-045 brings up the rear of this one. As the striker wind hits me, we also have a pair of Gatwick Express 387s going through there, as well as a set of 450s. 450-110. Didn't see that rear one. But it was 450-110 leading. Ah, 701-002. Hello, sir. I hope you're doing well in this very, very nice weather. You're off to London Waterloo, are you? Fabulous. Now we'll move back to 444-045. There's a Southern 377 pairing in between there, as you can see. I'm going to have a breather in a moment. I'm just yabbering on to save from the awkward silence. Yeah, it's going into Clapham Yard, and you have now put your tail lights, front lights on. Same to you too, 444. And there goes 701-006 in the new GBR livery. Which, like I've said before, I don't personally mind it. It's something different at the end of the day. There is another 701L coming in down there. I'll be off to London Waterloo. Hello, 378-218. I completely messed up that camera shot there. We'll focus on 701 for the moment. 701-022, and there's a Sun 377 departing. There's another 701 in distance. This one's off to London Victoria, which is where I'm heading next. And spin around, 701-002 is now departing, off to London Waterloo. Three 77215 brings on the rear of that Southern service. 701-041 now comes in as 701-002 goes out. This one will be off to no bloody clue, because it says London Waterloo, even though that is not clearly where it's going to. Oh, hello. Graffiti. Yes. Why does that not surprise me, taking these run through London, that there is graffiti there? And down the south as well. And there goes 701022 as a southern pairing of 377s now come in. There's a southern pairing of 377s now coming in to the platform behind me. 377163. 377114. There's another 701 down in the distance there. As you can see, turn around here, anything? No, job's good. Just that 377 is the one that's just come in, as I said before. There looks to be another 701 coming in distance just down there. We'll turn around to focus on this 701, 701035 coming in. Bound for Windsor and Eton. Riverside. As a pair of 450s are now barreling down the tracks as well. 450-100. As 159106 departs, going to London Waterloo with 159021. .450-017 brings up the rear of that. As our southern 377s now depart off to London Victoria. 701059's rocketing through. .377-203's leading that one. With 377-201 bringing up the rear. As another 377 is just down there. Down in distance, there's another pair of 377s coming up here, along with what looks to be, I want to say it's going to be a 444 with a 444, so that'll be 2 444s. Blimey, 8 minutes of this one clip alone. 444043. Off to Weymouth with 444038, and you can make a musical tune with them going over the tracks. I only just realised that. Trying to come out of the yard now looks to be 701024 with a 450 or a 444 just sneaking in there. There's the southern pair of 377s I was telling about. That was down in the distance down there with another 377 coming in there. This is 3774 something 4. I want to say 474, but I could be wrong. There's 701052 just pulled up there with 701024 there and 450-080 there. Very sleek units, aren't they? I like them. And 701035 now departs off to Windsor and Eton Riverside. Bear in mind, I've seen the 720s. I'm yet to go on a 720 though, so far the 701 is winning. There's the 377 going through that window there. We're already 10 minutes into this one clip alone. That looks very new down there. I'm actually surprised. Well, I mean, I guess they are new, but not in the manner of this one. When I say new for this, I mean really new. As 450-080 now departs. I believe this unit will also be going through the wash like the other one. 450.056 on that one. 450.067 is now departing here. There goes 701.052. There's another 701 coming in there, and this is going to absolute chaos again. Here we have 450.065 on the rear of this one. That's 701.012. There we go. We've got them all covered. Why are you now failing to focus? I hear noises. Another 701 is now coming out. Looks to be 701.015. Right, now, breather, yes. Southern 377 down there. I'm gonna have a break. I'll be back in a moment. Right, I'm back. Not much has gone on within the 3 minutes I've been away to have a drink and get a photo of one of my little model coaches from JD Coaches with trains nearby. So you got the 450s that were down in the wash originally and now coming back out. This 701 is then going to go down there to where... No, it's not. Never mind. It's going elsewhere. I would have thought this would have gone where the 450s just came out of. But I am wrong once again. What's in the distance? 377's coming off. Going to London Victoria. This is our main focus for the moment. $701.015. Arterio. Not bad looking units, like I said before. I know a lot of people were not fans of them when they first came out. I didn't really mind as long as I got the job done. Lovely stuff. Right, now, you can see the 377s on the flyover down there. There's a 450 or a 444. Over there's Canary Wharf. Go over there, you got 701 going in the yard. There's a 701 now coming in. Going to London Waterloo. Turn around behind me. It's a trio of 450s. With what looks to be a 701 behind it. 450.098 leading. Off to Basingstoke. With 450.002 in the middle. And 450.077 on the rear. There we have 701.044, that's just coming from London Waterloo. Going to Shepperton. That's 701.030. Lovely stuff. I can now breathe for a moment. No, I cannot, because this 701's moving. I jinxed myself right away. There's a Southern 377 now appearing behind this 701. Oh, what fun. I'm absolutely loving it here. I'm going to come back here one day. But I'm going to do a few days in London, not just the one. So it'll be a period of three days worth of video clips in one. Mainly just so then I can go around every other station possible. What 377's that one? 411. Yeah, 701024. But yeah, I'll have to come back here one day. Well, I have a few days here instead of just the one day. 701030 now departing. Because if I didn't come here on a one day out on National Express from Thetford, I would have stayed here for a few days. Or I would have stayed here from like extremely early in the morning till very late in the day. There's some 458s coming down here. So we'll pay our attention to the 458s. Nothing behind me. 458 409 brings us in. My personal favourite Southwestern unit. Lovely. Okay, and here we have a London Overground 378 now coming in, 378 to 11. I just paused the video briefly just to get a very decent low down photograph of the 458. Now behind me is a pairing of Southern 377s now departing off to London Victorious. 377 454 brings up the rear on that. But this is my main focus for now. Because apparently these are going in December. 701042 pulls in over there off to London Waterloo. It will be sad when these do eventually go. But they have served their purpose since the early 2000s really well. If you don't know what I mean by serving the purpose since the early 2000s, if you search up on Google, Microsoft Edge or whatever browser you use, class 458-0, it would be one of these, but instead of having that gangway section in the front, it was completely flat as two manually opening doors. Then in the 2010s, these went for conversion to class 458-5s, which if you look on old YouTube videos or other photographs of the 458s, you will then see them in the South Western Railway's blue with 5 carriages and this sort of style look. And then since South Western Railway refurbished these, they made them back to the -4 into this livery, as you can see right here. .458 412 brings up the rear. As 444034 comes through with 444033. Over there is 701020, that's now coming in from London Waterloo, going to Chesington South. If we turn our attention back down here, we've got more 458s coming in, hell yeah. With Southern 377s. And there's more Southern 377s on the flyover down there. I am absolutely loving the fact that I managed to come down here to see 458s before they are gone. 458 405 brings this in. With 458 404 bringing up the rear, error 404 with that 158 458. What beautiful units they are though. Some people might say they look ugly, especially in this livery. The only bit I agree on with it looking ugly is the fact it's not a half yellow gangway, it's a full yellow gangway, and it's also got the bits going up the side, which do not line up with the yellow too well as you're going along the front there. apart from that, I absolutely love them. And here we have 450-039 rocketing through as a southern pairing of 377s come in and a plane takes off. 450-053 in the middle. 450-105 brings up the rear. Over there you have 377, what looks to be 448 or 446. And over there you have 701-058 by the looks of it. Going to London Waterloo. Okay, southern pairing 377s are now coming in, or are they departing? They're departing. Three 7-7 214. It's 450 or 444 down there with 377 151 bringing up the rear of that one. There's 450s or 444s down there. The 458s behind me are about ready to depart now, going off to wherever they are off to. Yeah, Reading. There we go. Just looked at them displays. Reading. Excuse me, 701-058 and is now departing off to London Waterloo. There's Gatwick Express 387s down in the distance. Well, wow. I say the Gatwick Express 387s, one of them still in a Great Northern livery. As a Southern 377 now pulls into the platform going to London Victoria, there is 450-006. With 450-097 off to Woking. 450-051, 450-091, 450-114, sorry, off to London Waterloo. Still remember watching videos of the days when that Woking service was formed with 455s and 456s. There's the Gatwick Express 387s. 387-206 leading. With 387-124 on the rear. Lovely. And now to find the southern service to London Victoria. I will get a break in a moment, just to check the time. So I want to get to London Victoria before I go do some bus and coach stuff before I leave to go back to Norfolk. 377-404 at the front. 377-474 on the rear, I think. Yep, 474 on the rear. Right, I'll have a quick breather. Will I? Yeah, I'll have a quick breather because our 701 is now coming in. I have a little bit of time, so I could just film these two 701s and then the one behind me departing, and then I'll end it here and I'll head to London Victoria. What have we got coming in then? Two 701s is all I know. 701-017. Leading it, servicing to Weybridge. $701-001 was the other unit that was coming up here with this one. As $701-009 now departs off to London Waterloo. And as she continues on to London Waterloo along with M7377s, I shall leave it here. Thank you for watching this video, it is greatly appreciated. I hope you did enjoy today's video here of trains at Clapham Junction. It's my first time here and I absolutely loved it. As you know from me mentioning it many times in this video, my next station will be London Victoria, which will be in about 20 minutes to half hour time once I know what I need to do with getting permission to film. Like I said in the London Waterloo one, because that would be coming out either before or after this one. With London Waterloo you need to go, where are you going? Oh, we'll focus on this one for a moment then. But with London Waterloo you have to go to the station reception and ask for a visitor pass to show that you're an enthusiast. So then people don't come and harass you and annoy you. 37128. And there's Gatwick Express ones down there as well. So yeah, it's easy with London Waterloo, that's all you have to do. 37214. I'll get these Gatwick Express ones down here and then I'll end it. Yeah, with London Waterloo, all you have to do, LO 701, I'm not going to film you because there's station staff there. But yeah, with the London Waterloo, it's literally just ask for a pass, and then when you're done train spotting, you just have to hand it back into station reception, and then you can be on your merry way. Because if you don't hand your pass back in, you may not be permitted back to the station to train spot. There is 387213. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Take care guys, goodbye.